Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here back in the number 6. This is our Cook Mogul 260 Cook Locomotive Works. And this one is our oil barrel train that is. And here you can see we are back at oil barrels, which yes, we do currently have a few, which would give us about enough for a half a run or something like that. But then, to be honest, we have turned around and found that currently you can basically have unlimited resources, unlimited amounts of money in the game, and figured that we would go ahead and show how and why you can do that. So currently the dev tools as to spawning in materials are left in the game. As you can see, you can spawn pretty much anything you want to of any of the industry drops anyway, as that were, and you can try to come up here. So where we have 40 here, just nice round, you can try to spawn these in, and it doesn't actually fill the industry, as you can figure out. But what you can do is simply go over to the cars for the loads, and bingo, you can turn around and fill them up, which is, nifty, neat, or not. It all depends on kind of how you like to play the game or want to play the game. Obviously, there's free money tools effectively in the game anyway that you could use through third parties or however you want to look at it. But this is currently in the game for those who just want to play with what's in the game. It's definitely a way to do it. A lot of people could say it's cheating or taking advantage of, a glitch or whatever. It's an exploit of what's in the game currently, but it definitely works and will definitely get you some money. So unlimited money, unlimited resources is kind of the ticket right here, right now. Obviously, it would make it very simple for you to fill up industries if you load those cars outside of industries, or however you would want to do it. So there you go. As you can see, train is full, and we are now going to take a little run through the night, it looks like, today here in RailRoads, to go ahead and run. Hey, maybe there we go. A little weird getting on the third, or on the, I don't know, driver's view, whatever the heck you want to call it, on this one sometimes. Hit those, hit that, go ahead and slide this one out of the station here now that we are nice and fully loaded up. Probably helps without the brake on. A good look at the lights, running lights on the Cook Mogul. Tail lights, kind of groovy. So here we go, heading on down. I do have to give it credit for the Weathered in Sky as really update has been pulled off quite well. I think the day-night cycle has been worked out and flushed pretty well. I think a lot of people had issues or were worried always with how the day-night cycle would come into the game, and this, I have to say, actually pans out pretty good, like the control of the weather and things like that. Obviously, there's a few bugs that still need to be flushed out, including obviously the dev tools, or some of the dev tools not being left in the game is, obviously a little bit. But we are on an open beta test, so, everybody has to keep in mind that this is just the start of the beta test for the Unreal 5 engine being in the game, and the upside is just kind of absolutely endless with this now. So really an incredible update, at least in my opinion. Still I think this is probably the best thing to hit the game since the game came out. So really opens up opportunities. It has definitely caused a few issues for people with graphics running and things like that, as a little more demand being put on systems kind of thing seems to be a bit of a problem. And whether that gets solved or it's just a hardware thing, it's going to be, who knows, hardware, software. If there's a way to optimize it a little more and get it to lower end PCs, I'm sure they'll be working on it. Otherwise, it may just come down to a hardware issue for some players, unfortunately. But the Unreal 5 engine really opens up the game to some incredible options and wonderful future content for the game. So at the end of the day, I can only say that I'm massively supportive of it and think that the new additions already are awesome, in my opinion. That's for sure. Here we go, running through the day. Still, I have not set into what kind of settings for the time and the weather and stuff like that I like. I've noticed that the settings for day and night work on minutes, weather works on seconds. So depending on how people want to adjust things, it's very customizable and plenty of options. So this really seems to be a very nice update and way that they went about implementing the change, if you ask me. It is unfortunate that it has affected people, as they've updated to a new engine that is not, 10 years old. Unreal 4 was pretty old game engine, so it allowed, for little older PCs, I think, to run it and not have so many problems, where the new game engine seems to be changing that for some people, unfortunately. But as I've said to some, you definitely can still obviously opt out of the beta test and still run on the main line, and we can only hope that things get a little smoother for people when it does hit the main branch of the game. So we are running the blue logo. Absolutely dig this train. Kind of the Blueberry Express on its way, and our oil barrel money making machine. Still think this is the most fitting locomotive for running oil barrels, just because it's all blue on blue. This is what I'd love to have, some sort of blue caboose or something as an option. Still haven't found a caboose that I think looks great with this train, so haven't put one on there. But now we certainly can add to the money stack rather fast, and take advantage of the fact that there's free money and material out there to be had right now, if you want to do that and load up your industries for less work and more payoff. Call it taking advantage of an exploit, or you can take it as a gift to the beta test. So you might as well kind of use it and take advantage of it while you have it. If you're one of those people who did not, with the unlimited money and XP before, give yourself boatloads of money or third-party tool it to get a bunch of money, you might as well stock up a little bit now. You can still run the loads, but you don't have to do quite as much work in the process. So there you go. As you can see, we will show this just so everybody knows it's working, and a way to do it. There we go. Bing, bing, and bing. So there we start raining down on the dock, as it looks like night is falling. And hard to argue with the amount of money that oil barrels make, definitely for the time to run, especially if you don't need to sit there and continually pump the refinery full of other materials. So it's actually pretty handy, and probably a decent time to go ahead and fill up some of those harder to fill up industries like oil, and in both cases oil up at the refinery, that kind of thing. Throw some tankers in there, fill it up, whatever else, coal, iron, whatever kind of industry you may be having an issue or whatever takes you the longest, just a quick solution to the problem if that's the thing you're interested in doing. So I figured we'd give it a show today. And again, you can do that by pushing any of the two, I believe it is, let me go ahead and double check before I turn around and quote this, but it's numbers 2 through 9 will spawn you different materials, and you can go ahead again and fill those up in the cars and make that money. Dropping them off at the drop spots, as you can see here, do not work. So it isn't like you can just run up and drop them, but you definitely can fill your cars up and just keep going. And I'm pretty sure you can fill them right here, and we'll just back up then and go ahead and unload, and just like that you just kind of keep the money rolling in. So it is definitely unlimited money and unlimited XP, although maybe not XP. So I don't actually, yes it is. So unlimited money and unlimited XP all over again. There you are. Easy peasy if you want to do it. So with that, I think we're going to call that one a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.